Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone from www.tarotforhealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. This video is for Taurus. I was just about to say Virgo in the month of May. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to inform you guys that I've done like a report for all of the signs, and it's an individual report. And what it is that it's just a kind of sort of a summary, a brief summary about where it is that you've come from the beginning of 2015 up until this point. Because quite a few months have gone by, and so it's basically me sort of looking over all the readings that I have done for you guys, and then sort of seeing what the general theme is, what the general messages are coming through in those readings that can help and support you throughout the rest of this year. So do check that out and click the link down below, and also click the link to like my Facebook page, because I am doing more in terms of my Facebook page and sort of developing it up and giving it more care and attention, posting stuff regularly and things. So do check that out also. So I'm going to be starting off just like I usually do with your finances, then your relationship situations, and then your spiritual cards. And I'm also going to pick an angel answers card for you, and I've also added some runes as well, and see what message comes through with the runes. And basically what I'm seeing for you guys, your finances, Three of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune. So finances could be improving for you, Taurus. And what I'm kind of seeing is that, again, the Three of Swords can represent a disappointment, a betrayal, some kind of dissatisfaction, an upset with your job, maybe even feeling like somebody hasn't been honest with you, or you trusted somebody, they went against your trust. And it's almost like you it's with the Three of Swords, it almost could represent a feeling of being forced to walk away from someone. And it could mean that maybe you just didn't want to walk away, maybe you wanted to be loyal, maybe you wanted to stay there, but then it's saying that maybe you needed to move on. Or even for some of you guys, you may have stayed in a situation still where somebody treated you that way, or you felt that way, and you still wanted to be there and hang in there, or maybe you just felt like you just couldn't move on at that time. But then with the Wheel of Fortune, it's saying that good things are coming through, better things, better opportunities are coming through. So if in your current work situation, or there's been any sense of disappointment there, something better is coming down the pipeline for you in May, and I feel like it's also going to boost your finances as well. And so it's like it's going to be a good change for you that you would have created. So it might be that, again, you apply for a different position. I keep on saying again, like, you've heard this already, but you haven't. Do you know why? Because I think about other people. Because a lot of these messages that are coming through this month, I don't know what it is, but a lot of it is so. It's not. It's like there's different messages coming through, like here and there, but then some signs are going through similar experiences to other signs, and usually it's like, but it always varies in what aspect of life it's coming through. But quite a few signs seem to be having improvements in terms of money, like they're either getting like really good cards like for money, and the Wheel of Fortune is also a good one for money, because it's sort of the interesting thing about the Wheel of Fortune is that, whatever card it shows up next to, if it was a negative situation, it sort of turns it around on its head to be a positive situation, and vice versa. And so with the Three of Swords showing up here, it's sort of showing where you may have felt a sense of defeat, is saying that that is going to change, and it's like the sun is going to shine, things are going to become better, and it's almost like fate is playing its hand here. And again, it can be a chance of luck as well. So um yeah, it's a nice feeling with these cards. With you guys that are in relationships, is Judgment with the Five of Swords. um it could be representing a number of things. It could be saying that a relationship could potentially be ending for some of you guys, because to me, Judgment can kind of mean like the final outcome that's going to take place, and that final outcome can be that you decide to call a relationship quits. Like you may have been deliberating for a time and then you decided like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. It also could be a case that you may have been in a relationship where you may have taken back somebody. Like you may have been in a situation with them, you've taken them back, and now that you've taken them back, you're getting into a lot of conflicts and disagreements and arguments with this person. So you might be thinking like, was it even worth me taking them back in the first place? Sometimes we forget those things. Like sometimes we break up with somebody or we're not with them anymore, and you start thinking about all the great times you had together all of a sudden, and you forget about all the conflicts and the issues that you guys have until you take them back, and then all those things come back again. So it could be that too. It also can be that something that maybe something has been kept from you, like your partner may have kept something from you, and then all of a sudden it becomes revealed. And when it becomes revealed, now there's a conflict between the two of you because you're like, why didn't you tell me this in the first place? Why were you hiding this from me? And then there could be like an issue there as well. The Five of Swords can also represent selfish victory, so it also can be somebody that is quite either dominating or a person that is more out for their own interests, and they kind of tend to make other people feel small as well, or make other people feel like their opinion is insignificant. So again, it's like it's conflicts. It's not a pleasant energy when it shows up for a relationship situation. And again, like maybe because of that issue, it might be saying that you have to kind of rethink things in terms of this relationship and see what it is you're going to do, because the Judgment card is saying, okay, now is the time to not be deliberating. Now is the time for you to really say what you're gonna do to handle this situation, because like there's no better time than the present. Um, this card that is showing up for those of you that are in relationships is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles has been a repetitive card this month for a lot of the signs, and the Empress, and I think you're actually the first one to receive the Empress. But the Four of Pentacles has been showing up so much, and again, the Four of Pentacles is kind of represent, what are you trying to hold on to, what are you trying to still keep going. The Empress kind of does represent you as well, because you are ruled by Venus, and the Empress also rules Venus, and it may be attached to your desires for love. It may be, maybe you are holding on to um some ideals that you have in terms of love. Maybe you're even holding on to some feelings that you have for somebody. Maybe you're thinking to yourself, do you know what, I could have settled down with such and such. And there could even be a person that you're thinking, yeah, we could have settled down together, we could have been together, like we could have had a future with one another. And that may make you hold on to a situation that you should release. Like it's almost like telling you, don't think about things in terms of what they could have been or what they should have been. Really look at them for what they actually truly are. Because sometimes we can think that way. We can think like, oh, maybe if me and that person were still together, things would have been better, or maybe, there could have been a future there. And it can make you kind of um attach onto situations that probably aren't the best for you, only because you are just hoping that it would have turned into something where there is some kind of stability, because maybe that's really what you want. I kind of feel like, because the Empress, because she's ruled by Venus, Venus doesn't want to necessarily be alone. Like Venus wants a partner, like she wants to be with somebody. And especially with the Empress wants somebody that is, her emperor, like somebody that's going to be there like long term. That, the Venus and Mars energy. So it could be that you're looking for your emperor, you're searching for that emperor, and maybe you met somebody that seems like your emperor, and this person is in your life now, but it could be that you're going through these conflicts with this person, but still you're wanting to hold on because you feel that there is some kind of potential for a future. But what I'm seeing here is it's saying be careful to what you're holding on to. Like know what it is that you are latching yourself onto. If you're onto a winner, that's fine. If you onto a loser or somebody that ain't right for you, then it's not a good situation. Um, so yeah, that's what it is. And when it comes to your spiritual cards, you have the Four of Cups, ooh, with the Hanged Man. The Four of Cups with the Hangman is almost like, when I just look at these cards just intuitively, it's kind of making me feel like there is a situation where you're. I feel like the first word that comes to mind is being stubborn, being set in your ways. Um, Maybe even being a bit grouchy, being a bit distant with people, a bit frustrated and annoyed. It could even be that you enter into a conflict with somebody. Again, it could be this person if you're in a relationship with them and they might be trying to make up to you. You don't want to make up and you're just upset. You're just mad at them. Just upset. That's kind of what I'm seeing in these cards. And it's like you just don't want to forgive that person. You don't want to give them a chance. You just like, no. Um, but it's saying that a change of perspective needs to take place. So it's saying, don't embrace this, this notion of, okay, I'm just going to be set in my ways and I'm just going to be like this because this person was like this and whatever. It's sort of saying, you have to kind of come from a more enlightened place than that. The Hanged Man, he's in trouble, he's hanging. Because back in the days, like, they used to hang them upside down like that if they were like a traitor or something. So it was his punishment essentially for him to be hanging upside down. But again, it's an opportunity for enlightenment, before, I guess, any kind of final end comes about. It's the enlightenment that takes place. And sometimes, I guess, sad enough to say, sometimes we almost have to be in a place of turmoil in order to sometimes gain some kind of insight and clarity into things that we've done or the part that we played in certain instances that happened. And so it might be a time where, instead of a kind of being set in your ways, you should actually be sort of sitting and thinking, oh well, what part did I play in this whole thing? Do I really have a right to be as stubborn and things as I'm being? Or, should I actually, if this person is extending like some kind of olive branch to me, should I actually just accept it and just kind of let it go? But I really feel like this is connected to somebody that you either like or somebody that you're in a relationship with, for a lot of you guys. um and then what I see with your runes is it's sort of saying you could land yourself in a stalemate, and that's only out of your own doing. Like, if you land yourself in a position, like, it's almost like you can isolate yourself from a situation or from a person, and it's going to be because of your own doing. But you're going to be doing it, you chose to do it, but you're not going to be happy in doing it. So you've created a situation for yourself where you're kind of just being like, oh well, if they're gonna, it's sort of like, if they're gonna be like that, I'm gonna be like this kind of attitude. But then at the same time, it's kind of immature because you're sort of suffering for it, you're paying the price for it, but you've put yourself in that predicament because you think that it's gonna hurt the other person when really it's sort of hurting you. Like, I think that's the kind of predicament you can kind of be in this month. And it's saying, don't be like that. Just sort of try to look at things from a different perspective. I'm laughing because I totally get that. Like, sometimes we do that kind of stuff, but it's sort of saying like, this month isn't the time for it, basically. And if you are sort of feeling annoyed and disgruntled and everything, which I'm kind of seeing with these cards, it's saying remain positive. Remain positive. You have to be positive about your outlook in life, about things becoming better, because things can get better and they will get better over time. But it's all about your attitude. It's about the way you respond to things. If you have a more positive attitude about things, then a better outcome will come as a result. If you're going to handle things in a way where you're being really negative and just shutting people out and just acting like, oh whatever, I'm just going to act like I don't care, then it's almost like it's saying that you're going to lose out and you're going to be sad because you're going to know that you're messing up stuff, but because you're stubborn, you're not going to change it, you're not going to make it better. So yes, those are your cards, Taurus. So peace and blessings to you. Bye.